10 acres, Prineville, Oregon. My name is Miles McLaughlin here at Wilco Land. What we do is we buy and sell raw land. I own a 5 acre just down the road from this property. So in this video, I'm going to talk about two different properties. So bear with me here. I'll go and show you guys a 5 acre here in a second, but both these properties super close to each other. I'm going to pull them both up on a map for you. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to go visit these properties on your own, a little bit more about our business model and what you can do with these properties, what I see in these properties. So number one, these are awesome locations, right? We're outside of Prineville. We're in the boonies. I'll pull up the property on a bird's eye view using the coordinates to see where we're located, but you can see the type of topography and terrain that we're looking at. So again, these properties, target audience camping, fun spot for an RV, some sort of off-grid living, things like that. Maybe a shop, maybe it's a recreational property. So there's a lot you can do with a 5 acre and a 10 acre property here out here in Crook County, Oregon. So, when it comes to viewings, you're simply going to use the GPS coordinates. This is the most common question we get. Hey, how do I go visit the property on my own? Here at Wilco Land, we buy and sell land, right? We offer cash discounts for cash buyers and seller financing terms. And we do sell all of our property as is, right? We ask our buyers to do their own homework. That's why we can offer some of these lower prices. And so I'm going to pull up the location. I'm simply using the coordinates in Google Maps. And you can use Google Maps. Personally, I recommend using like Onyx maps, or you'll need some sort of navigational skills to get back here. As you can see, we're way south of Prineville here, down by the reservoir in the state park. This is a really, remote, kind of Wild West area is a good way to put it. It truly is, still pretty Wild West out there. So, here's Google Maps, right? So giving you a bird's eye view, but here's my favorite app. It's actually Onyx Maps. And I'll show you this 10 acres sits right here. You can see it's accessed via Southeast Upper Ridge Road. You can see that right here. And you can see the property's now highlighted. I'm showing the property here. And so just kind of looking at this lot, this entry area is about 70 yards wide. So it's a huge property. It's a lot bigger than you think looking at this map here. And so that's what we're looking at. There's nobody behind you. It looks like it's just a bunch of open space. You've got a neighbor that's kind of built their own little compound or whatever out there, kind of off-grid living. You can see, there's folks kind of doing that type of off-grid thing. People are out here developing even too. Some folks are building on these properties. Other folks are using them for recreation and development. The other 5 acre that we own is right here. Since I'm on the map, I'll show it to you here. This is located off Southeast Upper Ridge Road. So this property right here is also owned by Wilco. This is 5 acres. So you can see, coming in to access these properties, it looks like the best way to access them is from coming in from the north. So you see that here, you've got Southeast Dead End Road, and then you've got another road coming in from this direction, Waparo Road. You see that name? That comes around and swings down into this section right here. We are in the process of actually selling this 5 acre already. So these do sell pretty fast. Summer's coming up. A lot of people are looking for an RV site. A lot of people are looking for a little place to bug out and get away. And then you also have Upper Ridge Road. This doesn't look very well defined. I'm assuming that's not great, but you've got these two access routes coming in here from the north that brings you down to Southeast Lower Ridge Road and Upper Ridge Road. These roads on Onyx are a little wonky. I'm going to pull up Google Maps to give you a better look at it, and that'll help you out. So this road doesn't exist. Obviously, there's not a road coming through these properties. So Onyx is a little bit off. If I got on the county website or Google Earth, that might show us a better depiction. So let's do that. But again, going back to this property, I'm simply using GPS coordinates, and I'm using an app called Onyx Maps. And see this is Southeast Ridge Road brings you all the way down to the 10 acre property, which these properties do have easements for access. So there is access in these rural areas. You will find locals putting gates up. You live back here, you have property back here because you don't want to be disturbed. You want privacy, you want remoteness. And so we do see a lot of times, local landowners will put gates up. And, the people back here will access their properties, but they don't want outsiders. You're buying land back here for the privacy aspect of it. So again, we've got our 10 acre that goes right here. Then our 5 acre sits right here. along the road. This 5 acres is arguably a better property, a little bit less acreage, but arguably a better property. So I'm going to pull this up, like I said, on Google Earth and show you what we're looking at here on Google Earth, so we can get a look at topography and slope like that. So pulling the 10 acre up here on Google Earth, you can see I've got it highlighted. We can let that load. Pretty decent topography and terrain here. I can go back a time lapse here, but you can see you've got a nice ridge line up here for views, and then obviously a lot of open space all around. That's just cloud coverage that you're seeing on satellite imagery. So here's the property, right? That road brings you right to it. Then you've got somebody that you're basically living next door. The 5 acre property is located right here in here, and I'll pull that one up on Google Earth as well. So here's the other 5 acre. Riverside Ranch is the name of the subdivision, why you see that there. I'll change that, I'll remove that. It's kind of confusing. Makes it sound like an HOA or something. But so Riverside Ranch is the name of the subdivision that it's in. I think you need 20 acres to build. So another reason why people are buying these properties is because if you own 5 acres, you can go buy other 5 acre lots or a 10 and a 5 acre and add up to create 20 acres. So back here, for whatever reason, there's some sort of covenant that runs with the land that you need 20 acres. So they wanted larger land ownership. So you need like 20 acres to quote unquote build traditionally. Get the permit you need for development that we're talking about. And with that being said, people will buy these lots individually just so they can build up a portfolio that creates 20 plus acres. So that's something to keep in mind. The other way people are using properties out here is just kind of, like I said, shops, garages, recreational sites, RVs, camping, and things like that. So here's a 5 acre. Like I said, arguably a better property. So there's no road going through the property like we talked about. Arguably a much better property, better terrain here, a lot of open space, really readily usable. This has more tree coverage, a little bit more privacy, just a different property, right? You've got 10 and 5 acres. We've got them priced pretty similarly. So if you're going to go visit one, you might as well visit both of these lots. You can see where they're located here. So again, for a successful land visit, I really recommend using Onyx Maps. It's going to help you see these property lines if you have the upgraded version. I do have a tutorial on the website talking about it. Again, my name's Miles here at Wilco Land. Give us a call if you have a question. Just wanted to kind of go over how to go visit these properties on your own and do that whole shebang. So other properties here in Oregon, give us a call, 605-299-5553. Thanks for tuning in.